What is going on, guys? It's your boy Killer Cam with my WrestleMania 14 review. This WrestleMania turned the tide of the Monday Night Wars. You had 19,028 in attendance to witness the Austin era begin. And what a WrestleMania it was. I always thought this was a top 5 WrestleMania. You open up the show with a video package that says tradition has abandoned WrestleMania. The challenger and the champion basically hyping up the main event. The first match of the night is a 15-team number 1 contenders battle royal won by LOD. You had Midnight Express was the last team to get eliminated. The new Midnight Express. You also had Farouk and Kama, Savio Miguel, Jose Jesus, Truth Commission, Bradshaw Chains, Henry and D'Lo, Quebecers, Rock and Roll Headbangers, Too Much, DOA, Steve Blackman, Flash Funk, and the Godwins. So then you would have that match was decent to open up the show. DX Public Workout was alright. There was nothing really of note there. They basically explained what happened throughout the Public Workout. Light Heavyweight Championship match. Taka Michinoku defeated Aguila, who was S.A. Rios. Great light heavyweight championship match. I think that these guys really went out and put on a really enjoyable light heavyweight championship match. It was short, under 6 minutes, but it did what it was supposed to do. And the light heavyweight title was basically what the cruiserweight title was, just a little bit before the cruiserweight title. But yeah, it did its part, and it did its goal. It achieved what it set out to do and what it was supposed to do, and that was great. I love I like this match. Jennifer Flowers interviews The Rock, and The Rock was posing as president, and there was one time where he said, I don't see The Rock doing anything morally wrong, as a play on Jennifer Flowers' affair with Bill Clinton and a whole bunch of other stuff that was going on. European champion Triple H defeated Owen Hart with help from China, low blowing him. Basically what happened there is Owen had lost on Raw 2 weeks before. He had lost the European title 2 weeks before on Raw. And Triple H ended up beating him here with a pedigree, and China had to be handcuffed to Commissioner Slaughter at this time, and it was all right. These guys, had great chemistry with one another. Owen Hart was still kind of solo. This was still only a couple months removed from the Montreal Screwjob, and really the focal point of the Attitude Era. This WrestleMania was. It was a good match. Mixed tag match. Mero and Sable defeated the artist formerly known as Goldust and Luna Vachon. Goldust was doing the whole artist formerly known as thing because Prince was doing it at the time there. So it was kind of relevant with the times that he was doing it. Luna Vachon is one of the most underrated talents to me in WWE history. Sable ended up getting the win over Luna, though, by hitting the TKO. That, to me, is important to note. He hit the TKO and ended up winning. There's not really much to kind of, write home about. It was what it was. It was decent. Of course, Sable got a lot of attention because of the things on the chest, but yeah. Ken Shamrock against The Rock. This match was entertaining. It was under 5 minutes, so I consider it more of an angle. What happened is Ken Shamrock made The Rock tap out to the ankle lock, but then he attacked everybody, and The Rock ended up keeping his title by DQ because it was a reverse decision. Ken Shamrock was just phenomenal. I love the Ken Shamrock gimmick. Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie defeated the World Tag Team Champs New Age Outlaws in a dumpster match to win the title. Yes, this is the only time I think I have seen a dumpster match take place. I'm pretty sure they had other ones during this year. But basically, although Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie would win, the titles would be vacated the next night because evidently they put them in the wrong dumpster. Hey, it was what it was. Next up, we get to a match that, to me, had the most build, and the match that it had, it was epic. You had Undertaker versus Kane, but before that, Kane tombstone Pete Rose, and it would be the first of 3 years that Kane would attack Pete Rose. He said, Boston Red Sox, city of losers, you can't win a World Series. And this was still during the 86-year curse. They would end up winning one in 2004. But this was during that time where they had still not won one. And it was just funny to see him ranting and raving about them. I think at this point it had been up to 80 years that they had not won. But yeah, it was... This was a phenomenal match. Undertaker and Kane, for two big guys to do what they did in this ring, was great. You know, I always thought that Undertaker and Kane had tremendous chemistry with one another. I thought that Glenn Jacobs was the right guy to have Kane. Undertaker wins after hitting 3 tombstones, and the way it looks is it makes Kane look strong too, because he kicked out right at 3 after that 3rd tombstone, so it looked like he was about to kick out. You know, but, I mean, Undertaker and Kane just had tremendous chemistry with one another. I mean, these guys just put on phenomenal match after phenomenal match with each other. And there's a couple duds. But main event time, Austin 316, Stone Cold Steve Austin takes on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in what would be Shawn Michaels' last match in about 4.5 years. The special enforcer was Mike Tyson, who was a big DX guy going into this. I don't think this is the best match between these two. They had a match at King of the Ring 97 that I enjoyed. But I think that with the stakes and everything that was going on, it was important. Austin had won the Rumble, and this was a big, big moment for Stone Cold. They needed this to go right. They needed this WrestleMania to go right. Michaels, I see the finish all the time. Michaels goes for the super kick. Austin ducks underneath it, hits him with a stunner. And then they say, Mike Tyson in. Fast count. And then you hear Jim Ross says, Austin is the champion. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Yeah, you hear good old JR. I can hear him saying that now. I mean, it's one of those matches where you know it was the right decision. Austin was the right guy. He had gotten over the year before that at WrestleMania. You know, I mean, he had gotten over and over and over. As you can see, some of the pros that I have for this is literally almost everything on this show. I think everything on this show worked. There was one thing on the show, like the worst match, that I thought wasn't as good, but it still did its part. The 15-team Battle Royal, just the fact that they had 15 teams back then is a testament to the WWF. The fact that they could fit and allow 15 teams to be in a Battle Royal is an absolute testament to me. My final grade for the show would be an A+. I'm going to say it is a top 5 WrestleMania of all time. I really do think that this WrestleMania delivered in so many ways. So many ways. I love this WrestleMania. It is a show that you should definitely go back and watch. My overall grade for the show would be an 8 out of 10. You know, I don't think anything on this show was wrong. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this episode of my WrestleMania 14 review. Next episode, we'll be talking Mania 15. Hell no.